Howard in at the center position. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
The 76ers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Here's Simmons.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Shots good by Walker.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Smooth passes to Simmons. It's one up and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That's on Marvin Williams. The 76ers have had two chances at the line already, making them both. And that one misses. And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year two. In fact, his production only improved slightly. But that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college, and Clark, now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
Simmons. Oh, that's blocked. Outside, Walker. Pick by Zeller. Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Batum. Shot clock at 5. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And again, the Hornets missing. And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Here's Walker. Philadelphia able to drain the three. On the wing, Batum. For the three, that falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Batum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Now here's Embiid. Puts up the baby hook. The shot misses. Good D by Howard. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Batum kicks to Howard. Outside, Walker. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Smooth. Now here's Reddick. Dishes it to Simmons. The 10-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Simmons got 6.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
There's the dish to Walker. Picked by Zeller. Back to Batum. Pass to Howard. Knocked loose. Batum attacking, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. Safety posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
Hornets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Walker kicks to Howard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Passes it to Smooth, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this guy.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. 16 feet away. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And that one's good. Simmons got 10.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the paint. Now here's Reddick, the fast break opportunity. Left block shot on the way. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Here's Walker. That is good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Smooth passes to Reddick. Here's Smooth. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Smooth's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Hornets trail by 6. Now it sends it over to Doris Burke, who's able to talk with Brett Brown.
A lot of his strategy is focused on Dwight Howard, and rightly so. He said, we know Dwight can do it all, and it is going to take a 5-man effort to slow him down. He can finish, block shots, rebound. The guy is almost 7 feet of pure muscle, and there is just no way to handle him one-on-one. If there is a way, the NBA hasn't discovered it yet.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Embiid. After the basket by Charlotte. And the pass to Smooth. Shot clock at 6. He had dropped for his third basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Outside, Batum. On the wing, Batum. Feeds it to Howard. Here's Zeller. And Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers leading by 6. Here's Smooth. He's got 6. And he gets it to go. Smooth's got 8 points.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Embiid, looking for his first basket still in this one. There's the feed to Saric. Misses the three. Hornets trail by 6. Batum dishes to Howard. Outside, Walker, screened by Howard. Here's Zeller, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively.
And the Hornets making a change here. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Howard. Bellinelli comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Chalmers in for Kemba Walker. Here's Simmons. 10 points for him. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Hornets trail by 4. Kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Chalmers. There's a screen by Hansbrough. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Lamb. That's good.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Simmons kicks to Bayless. Defended by Chalmers. Rebounded by Chalmers.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now, here's Chalmers. Lamb with the ball. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And they're unable to get the tying basket there. The 76ers lead. Now Bayless. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Shot to end this cold run. Rebounded by Lamb.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
So it's Philadelphia now. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Okafor, high post. Puts it up. Great look there, but off target.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases. The degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
And the 76ers making a change here. Landry's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Kaminsky's checked in. Here's Bellinelli. Picked by Zeller. Here's Bellinelli. And here is Lamb. Latre. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. .40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. This is to Okafor. Here's Covington. Bellinelli is covering. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. Bayless's shot is off.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. There's the dish to Okafor. With 4 seconds on the clock, and the layup is up and in. Okafor's got his first points of the game. Lamb. No luck. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. 76ers lead by 2. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously, that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And then listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Hornets, Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batuma's out there with Chalmers. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
6 to shoot. Here's Okafor. 2 on the 14-footer. Okafor's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Redick against Batum. He kicks to Williams. He dishes it to Kid Gilchrist. They set the screen. Now here's Chalmers. He feeds it to Williams. Pass to Howard. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Okafor gets the bucket.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Howard. From the low block. Shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Sarge dishes to Okafor. Here's Landry, and it's sent back by Howard. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop. Chalmers has got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And one thing about Mario Chalmers last season, he really had to play a different role. And it took him some time, Greg, to get used to.
Yeah, anytime your team loses a superstar like LeBron James, other guys get asked to do a little bit more. Mario was asked to be more of an aggressive scorer, a role that isn't so easy to jump into after 6 years of being that 4th or 5th option in the offense.
And Sarge kicks to Simmons. Passes it to Smooth. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Williams with a clean hook, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
You know, going back to Mario Chalmers last year, guys, I mean, having to take on more of a scoring role was tough for him. His field goal percentage dropped 50 points from the season before. His three-point percentage dropped even more. His assist numbers were down. Well, I bet you part of that was the fact LeBron was no longer there.
And Walker kicks to Williams. Back to Walker. Batum passes to Walker. High post, Howard. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Howard setting the pick for Walker. Back to Howard. The pass to Williams. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And on the topic of Chalmers, you know, he's a complimentary player. He can D up, he can hit the open three. He's been known to hit big shots, a solid finisher, and that is valuable. But when you ask him maybe to do a little too much, then you're not playing to his strength.
Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Swiped away. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Smooth. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And Batum kicks to Walker. Here's the screen. To the inside. 6 to shoot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Clock at 4. Here's Walker. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Walker's got 6 points.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
That one's good.
Kevin, a big guy with his quickness should be almost illegal. How can you guard that?
Walker with it. 6 points for him. Feeds to Howard. And Embiid pulls it down.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look you want.
And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Charlotte in the lead. Now Walker. There's the steal. And here they come. Here's Smooth. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Hornets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Outside, Walker. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Williams. To the paint, Howard. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Howard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Embiid, the pass to Smooth. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And some changes here for the 76ers. Robert Covington comes in for Saric, and Jared Bayless subbed in for J.J. Redick. Charlotte also making some changes. Hansbrough's checked in for Howard. Bellinelli comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Lamb in there for Nicholas Batum.
And Charlotte's defense, it didn't really start out incredible last season, but over the course of the year, they climbed the ranks, and by the end of the year, they were a force.
5 on the clock. Snatched away. Here we go, 1-on-1. And there's the feed to Covington. It's stolen by Hansbrough. And Walker kicks to Bellinelli. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And Clark, you don't think of too many of the Hornets' lockdown defenders, MKG being the big one, but they defended well over the entire season.
And for them, Kevin, rim protection was a big factor. They were a top 5 team in the league in forcing missed shots at their own basket.
Picked by Williams. Here's Bellinelli. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. 5 to shoot. And here is Lamb. Knocked away.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it. Well, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Walker dishes to Hansbrough. Kicks to Lamb. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And it's Walker penetrating. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can do about that move. That's just good offense. They were all over him, and he still managed to drain him.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. The Hornets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the leap. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
And Zeller kicks to Lamb. Charlotte no good that time either.
Not a shot he should have taken in the face of such tough defense. He needed to get a better look.
Covington with the bucket.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Hornets trail by 4. Now here's Walker. He's got 9. Right wing. Bellinelli passes to Zeller. Embiid with the steal. Here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And the 76ers making a change here. Okafor's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Kemba Walker. Defended by Chalmers. It's tipped.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
We've seen their free throw attempts stagnate, not getting much going on inside. They can't get too comfortable.
A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Pass to Okafor. Can't get it to fall.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
And Lamb kicks to Chalmers. Now Bellinelli. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 6 to shoot. Lamb dishes to Zeller. No good. That would have tied it.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Wide open look. The shot's good from Bayless. Hornets trail by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
.51 seconds left here in the second. 6 to shoot. Bellinelli passes to Chalmers. And the shot is good. Chalmers has got 6.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here's Simmons. Hansbrough defender. Okafor gets the bucket.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Chalmers kicks to Bellinelli. Zeller inside, working on Okafor. Zeller inside, covered by Okafor. Shot by Zeller, no good. Here's Bayless. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. Right out of the gates, it was Philadelphia setting the tone. They were able to stretch out. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Just absolute domination in this one. For B, he's got 14 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
Sarge is out there with B. Then there's Smooth. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Embiid in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Williams dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Smooth, guarded by Walker. Simmons passes to Smooth. Sarge has the open look. The shot no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. And Walker kicks to Batum. Dishes it to Howard. Picked by Williams. Howard drives in. Outside for Batum. Outside, Walker. Back to Batum. For the lead. And it's Walker that time on the assist from Batum. 12 points for Kemba Walker.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That was a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Embiid the screen. Redick dishes to Sarge. Fires the 3. Now that is his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Outside, Walker. The dish to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker from past the arc. Kept alive by Charlotte. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Batum. There's a screen by Williams. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Sarge. To the middle. Here's Simmons. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Simmons, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
And he's good on the second. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season. After all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around, they settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense, as it fits and starts, but defensively, they found some traction.
Right side to Walker. And again, the Hornets missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Offensive rebound. Hornets trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
He kicks to Williams. He's looking for Howard and finds him. But they'll get another chance. Batum passes to Walker. Batum against Redick. And Walker kicks to Batum. Back to Walker. High post, Howard. 8 points for him. Charlotte no good that time either.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
Pick by Williams. Walker dishes to Williams. On the wing, Batum. Williams passes to Batum. He feeds it to Howard. To stop the drought, and the shot falls short this time.
You know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
Williams a screen. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. D right on him. He dishes it to Williams. Charlotte no good that time either. The 76ers leading by 5. And Sarge kicks to Embiid. Smooth passes to Simmons. Works a big pass and goes in. Simmons got 8 points in the quarter.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Outside, Walker. Screen by Howard. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
He throw good, Michael Kid Gilchrist. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
That's good. And that's 15 points for Smooth.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
It's Howard with the drive, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Smooth. He's got 15. Elbow shot is on the way. The Hornets pull it in. Williams has got his third rebound tonight. Here's Kid Gilchrist, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Pass to Reddick. Embiid sets the pick for Landry to the middle. Here's Reddick, and he uses the glass on the way. And the 76ers lead by 5.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside, Batum. Screen by Howard. Here's Chalmers. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Chalmers has got 8.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Embiid. Great D that time from Howard.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Screen by Howard. And Batum kicks to Chalmers. Williams sets a screen for Chalmers. Outside, Batum. Here's Howard. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 12 points for him.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
Boy, you can actually feel it. It's palpable. The energy level on both sides has really gone up a bunch.
Embiid, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Outside, Kid Gilchrist for the lead. A shot by Batum, no good.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
Here's Reddick. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Chalmers dishes to Howard. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Poked away, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Hansbrough comes in for Marvin Williams. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And it's Lamb in there for Nicholas Batum. The shot by Bellinelli, no good. The 76ers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Chalmers with it. He's got 8. Passes it to Lamb. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lamb's got 6 points. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
And Chalmers kicks to Hansbrough. The pass to Bellinelli. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Bayless. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Zeller. Feeds it to Bellinelli. From outside, off the mark. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Now Bayless. He has 6. Here's Okafor. Bellinelli pulls it in. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The feed to Hansbrough. Picked by Zeller. Bellinelli passes to Lamb. And that one's good. Lamb's got 4 points now in the quarter. Puts up a 3. That one goes. Count. And the 76ers lead by 6. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 6. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The 76ers leading by 6. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. We've got Jeremy Lamb, Cody Zeller out there with Marvin Williams. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Chalmers in at the 2 spot.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Walker goes in. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Covington. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. J.J. Redick's checked in for Philadelphia. And then for Charlotte, Howard's checked in for Zeller. And it's Batum in for Mario Chalmers. Here is Bayless, guarded by Walker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Okafor. Williams with the block. Kicks it to Lamb. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Sarge comes in for Robert Covington. And Smooth subbed in for Jared Bayless. Smooth passes to Okafor. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Outside, Walker. It's blocked. And here comes the break. Here's Smooth. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Hornets trail by 8. Outside, Williams. This one for 3. Howard kicks to Williams. Walker goes in. Pass to Batum. Back to Walker. Outside for Batum. And stolen by Redick. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the basket good. And now a 10-point 76ers lead.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat into the bucket there.
Howard in the post. Working on Okafor. Batum wide open. He fires. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 14 points for Nicholas Batum. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And here is Saric. Back to Okafor. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Williams. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Howard with the screen on Okafor. Walker dishes to Howard. It's stolen. Saric passes to Smooth. Dishes it to Saric. And again, Philadelphia.
He's had an off game this far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Outside, Batum. Howard kicks to Walker. Lots of room. That's good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Philadelphia leading by 7. Here's Smooth. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Walker. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
They set the pick. Here's Smooth. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Howard setting the pick for Walker. He used that pick to get in close. Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Smooth, guarded by Walker. Good. 21 points for Smooth.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
With some art, and that one's good. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
And you know, they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
And last season, the Hornets ended with only 14 road wins. Even when they made the playoffs in 2014, they weren't a team that traveled well. It's something the team needs to figure out in order to get back into the postseason.
So we get them both.
And, you know, as you mentioned, the road record for the Hornets was not that good. I mean, they really struggled late in the year when they seemed to almost give up. They lost their last 7 road games and 9 of their last 10.
Smooth's got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Batum for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And stolen by Howard. And here's the break. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Picked by Williams. Walker dishes to Williams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
He's perfect from the line this time. Well, the thing about Marvin Williams, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season, they didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin. Pretty passing, timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And again, the Hornets missing.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Smooth. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got 3 rebounds now in this one. From deep, Walker. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Batum, takes the 13-footer. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Marvin Williams. Philadelphia's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Saric dishes to Embiid. And chance shot. And it's good on the way. Now 26 points for B.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim. Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that you can afford to give him. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass, nice assist.
Walker with it. Howard at the elbow. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
He has got power in bunches on that two-hander.
Hornets trail by 10. Now Walker. Screen by Howard. Walker the pass to Howard. Left side, Kid Gilchrist. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Smooth. Makes it off the glass. Smooth's got 14 points now in the second half.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Outside, Walker. Five on the clock. Embiid comes with a double team. Batum inside the three-point line. No good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions will narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Sure
And
is.
guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. The dish now to Williams. Here's Smooth. Finished off the break. Smooth's got 16 here in the second half.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Left side, Kid Gilchrist. Outside for Batum. Good on the triple. Batum's got 6 here in this quarter.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Smooth passes to Simmons. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid the screen. Inside, Batum with the steal.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the 76ers.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this is by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for B. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
They double team Howard. It's tipped. Here's Simmons. He kicks it to Reddick. There's the three. Another three for Philadelphia.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
It's Howard with the drive. The layup missed.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Here's Simmons. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game. Just a monstrous first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
Well, his ability to get into the paint and get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.